On the news, President Buhari meets 344 rescued boys in Katsina. Northern governors hail release of abducted Kankara school children. And TV360 reporter wins maiden edition award of the IOM UN Best Reporter. Hello and welcome to News Now. I am Folashade Ogurinde. President Muhammadu Buhari has met with the freed students of Government Science Secondary School Kankara in Katsina State. The students were released on Thursday in Zamfara State and taken to Katsina State on Friday morning amidst tight security. The president, who spoke in Hausa language, thanked the people and government of Katsina State for the efforts put in to secure the release. The president promised that government will ensure adequate security in all public schools in the country to forestall reoccurrence of such incident. Katsina Governor Aminu Masari, in a speech, said government will ensure the incident did not occur again.
Mr. President, these are the young men of Kankara Science Secondary School, 344 of them. All have been returned alive. They have gone through a lot of trauma. All of them not more than the age of 12. They were subjected to hardship of traveling in the night without food, barefooted. All of them returned barefooted. They trekked from their school to where they were taken barefooted. To the parents, for those who prayed, we say thank you. Really, this is an unfortunate incident that has caught not only national attention, but international attention. All the international media have been in Katsina up to early hours of this morning in order to cover their coming back, which has been televised globally. We thank you, Mr. President. We thank all those that have contributed in one way or the other to making this a huge success. We hope by the operations carried out, a window has now been opened so that we can be able to resolve all issues that are affecting insecurity, not only in Northwest, but in all other regions of this country. Certainly there is a lesson to learn from what had happened. And I hope we will take the advantage of learning and exploiting the avenues so that we will restore normalcy to the entire communities.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the Nigerian Army for organizing the rescue operation of hundreds of schoolboys abducted from Government Science Secondary School, Kankara, Katsina State. The president, who also commended the Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari, said his administration and the military have a lot of work to do regarding the insecurity in the country. Masari had on Thursday night confirmed the release of 344 abducted schoolboys, adding that the boys were at Ethiopia, Zamfara State and will be transported to Kankara on Friday. Masari also said no ransom was paid before the boys were released.
The law enforcement agencies, in this case especially the military, the army, and the governor worked extremely hard. And as soon as they got them, the governor rang me and informed me, and I congratulated him and the army that organized the operation and so on. We spoke with the governor. I congratulated him and I congratulated the army that organized the the operation, encirclement of the people, of the abductors, and getting the children. The military is well trained. I think they are sufficiently motivated. The governor, I'm very impressed with the governor. He has been, up and doing since it happened, and I congratulated him that the children have been successfully recovered.
In a related development, the Northern Governors Forum has described as a welcome development the release of the abducted students of Government Science Secondary School, Katsina State. Chairman of the forum and Governor of Plateau State, Simon Lalong, in a statement on just on Friday, commended the President Buhari, Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari, and security agencies who contributed in making sure the schoolboys were released unhurt. He said the release of the students will comfort and assuage the parents who have been in agony since their children were kidnapped. Lalong said with the release of the students, further measures must be put in place to ensure that this ugly incident does not occur again, adding that thorough investigation be carried out to ensure that those behind this condemnable act are made to face justice. Meanwhile, Vice Principal of Government Science Secondary School, Kankara, Yahaya Salawa, confirmed that the abducted schoolboys are complete. After the incident last Friday, they were taken to Zamfara State. The pupils regained freedom yesterday and were currently being treated in Katsina. The Vice Principal said a head count has been done to ascertain if anyone is missing, but the students are complete. Salawa said he recognizes the pupils and that their number is complete. Now, TV360's Nigeria Oyin Adekunle has emerged winner of the Migration Reporter Competition 2020, organized by the International Organization for Migration, IOM. Adekunle's report, which highlights the risks of irregular migration and challenges of migrants, came first place in the video category. She was awarded alongside 9 other journalists in print, radio and television. Speaking after receiving the award in Abuja, Oyin Adekunle thanked the organizers for the recognition and harped on the importance of awareness in tackling irregular migration.
With this initiative, we hope to recognize and promote excellence in journalism, be it in print, video, or radio. The first edition of the competition drew participation from close to 40 journalists from all over the country. Choosing the winners amongst such a great pool of talent was a challenge and a joy. This would not have been possible without the generous support of the government of the Netherlands through the Trusted Sources project.
Every other day, you hear of people, different stories on the social media where our people have been so dehumanized in different countries. And we are talking about migration, that's it. Most people have been so motivated with flowery tales of how you pick money on the roads in Europe, in Asia, and other parts of the globe. No, there's no place you go in the world that you pick money on the road. Nowhere.
I put in a report, titled it The Risky Pursuit. It basically just highlights the challenges of returnees, both on sea and on land. That's the Mediterranean Sea, the Sahara Desert. And of course, I also spoke to a returnee who embarked on the journey through the Middle Eastern route through Oman. And basically, they just shared their experiences with me, and the aim of everything was just to shed light on the challenges that these people face and also to promote safe migration by doing that. Well, one of the major epidemics across the world now is human and sexual trafficking, as well as irregular migration. And then it's so dangerous, it's sad that this menace actually thrives on secrecy. And the more we keep quiet about it, the more dangerous it gets.
The Center for Social Justice has embarked on an audit assessment index to portray its commitment towards improving the effectiveness of federal audit processes and reforms. 16 NDA headquarters were assessed in this pilot edition of the AAI. The other 4 agencies are the revenue-generating agencies included in the assessment and were selected because they are the main contributors of the Federation accounts. The Audit Assessment Index seeks to provide further evidence to be used as an advocacy tool in the efforts to improve the current audit regime.
We need a new audit law, which has been passed severally by the National Assembly but did not get presidential assent. We need improved funding of the Office of the Auditor General, which will allow the Auditor General to get more funds to be able to do the work and cover many more NDAs when they are auditing. Of course, we need the executive to also begin to implement audit recommendations, because if the Auditor General makes a recommendation which is affirmed by the Public Accounts Committee of the Legislature, it still comes back as a report to the President, who should now activate either the sanctions or compliance mechanisms. So that part, on the duty on the part of the executive to implement those reforms or those recommendations need to be taken more seriously by the President.
Under the subsection or the sub-index that looked at public procurement was to look at performances of the selected ministries' headquarters in the light of what the current audit regime is trying to achieve. And so we did that, and the details of that particular assessment is also captured in the audit assessment index overall results.
In these 4 years, only just 2014-2017, we are talking about trillions of naira unaccounted for, either by over-budgeting, overspending, unauthorized spending, some advances that have not been reconciled, all manner of things. And we are looking for only 13 trillion to fund 2021 budget, and we are seeing that more than 30 trillion are already missing. So for how long will we continue like this? Something will have to give. I think the government needs to step up on the issue of sanctions.
And to security matters, unidentified gunmen have attacked the convoy of Emir of Kaura Namoda in Zamfara state, killing 8 guards, including police officers. The monarch Sanusi Muhammad Asha, a retired army major, was ambushed along the Zaria-Funta highway. An uncle to the Emir, Abdul Karim Hamad Asha, confirmed to newsmen that the incident occurred around 3 a.m. on Friday. The Emir reportedly spent the night in safe custody in Funtua local government area of Katsina state. Also, the remains of deceased persons are expected for burial at Kaura Namoda immediately after Jamaat prayer today. The police spokesperson in Zamfara, Muhammad Shehu, did not respond to calls seeking comment. Following the killing of 7 natives in southern Kaduna on Thursday night, Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has directed the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, to take inventory of the damages incurred and provide relief materials to the Gora Gan community with immediate effect. The security agencies carried out internal security operations in part of southern Kaduna and have reported that Gora Gan community in Zagon Katal local government came under attack on Thursday night. Commissioner Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, said that the security agencies comprising the military reported that Gora Gan community was attacked on several fronts, including the market area and houses stretching towards Student Wada area of Gorangan. He added that troops expelled the attackers, stabilized the general area, and retrieved corpses of 7 persons. We'll take a break here, but still to come. National Executive Council raises alarm over the spike in COVID-19 cases across the country.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
Wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the go-to app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other Paper Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Welcome back. Now let's take you through the highlights of some of our top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari has met with freed students of Government Science Secondary School Kankara in Katsina State. The president, who spoke in Hausa language, thanked the people and government of Katsina State for the efforts put to secure the release. We also told you that TV360 reporter wins the maiden edition of the IOM UN Award for the best reporter on migration issues in Nigeria. Onyadekule clinched the coveted prize, beating 38 other entries. Let's turn our attention now to COVID-19 stories and updates. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, on Thursday registered 1,145 new COVID-19 infections and 1 death. The figure is the highest recorded in one day since record-keeping commenced in March, bringing the total cases in Nigeria to 76,207, while 67,110 cases have been discharged. The country has recorded 1,201 deaths across 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The new infections were recorded from 23 states, with Lagos the epicenter of the virus, leading with 459 cases, while the FCT, Kaduna and Plateau confirmed 145, 138 and 80 infections respectively. On Thursday, the Presidential Task Force officially declared a second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. Now, the National Economic Council, NEC, has said lockdown will be the last resort. In the wake of second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State briefed State House correspondents after a virtual NEC meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo on Thursday at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The council expressed worries and advised that sanitation restrictions on the number of people in gatherings, among other protocols, should be taken seriously.
States were advised to go back and emphasize the implementation or the enforcement of some of the protocols that we earlier started at the first phase. For instance, sanitation, closing and then restrictions on the numbers of people, and then gatherings and so on. Otherwise, then we may have to resort to the last aspect. Of course, everybody knows, going back to the issue of lockdown again, which is not everybody's doing. But then let's all go back and observe most of the protocols that we have to curtail the further spread of COVID-19.
We'll take a break here, but up next is business stories and stock market review. Please stay with us.
On TV360, we don't just ask the questions. What is wrong with amending the Constitution the way the National Assembly members have been doing it? We seek answers.
The Constitution is constituent. Our problem is not lack of laws. Our problem is lack of the willpower to implement our laws.
Answers that provide clarity.
While we negotiate, we should try to make it a point that the girls must be complete.
The clarity you need to make informed judgment so that you can make the right decision and take action. People are saying it is you politicians that are responsible for this, that you are the reason why this is happening.
All these dollars that call themselves governors in this country?
I wish we had people like Tony at the National Assembly.
God forbid that I go to join that
TV360, providing clarity to issues.
Welcome back. Now we have Mary Kano to bring us up to speed on the latest happenings in the world of business and stock markets.
Thank you, Folashade. Now in business, the federal government has ordered all network providers to cancel the 20 naira charge for the retrieval of the National Identification Number (NIN) with immediate effect. Nigeria's Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, gave the order in a statement issued earlier today. According to the minister, the relevant authorities had met with and negotiated a waiver with the mobile network operators in that regard. He said by this waiver, all Nigerian subscribers and applicants can access the service using the *346 hash code for their NIN retrieval at no charge for the duration of the NIN SIM card integration exercise. The federal government had earlier in the week directed that all NINs should be integrated with the subscriber identification modules for security purposes, sparking diverse reactions from Nigerians. And the Senate on Thursday passed the 2021-2023 Medium-Term Expenditure Frameworks, MTEF, and Fiscal Strategy Paper, FSP. The MTEF FSP is the fiscal document upon which the 2021 appropriation bill would be predicated upon. The chairman of the Committee on Finance, Solomon Ademola, revealed the Joint Committee of the two chambers after due deliberations put the gross domestic growth rate at 3%, inflation growth rate at 11.95%, and FGN retained revenue at 7.99 trillion naira. He added that the oil benchmark was pegged at $40 and exchange rate at 379 naira per dollar. Total federal government proposed expenditure was pegged at 13.58 trillion naira and fiscal deficit at 5.60 trillion naira. We'll take a pause now and return with stock market review. Nigerian stocks extended their gains to the fifth consecutive trading day as the bulls recaptured trading activities as predicted by analysts that this week's trading would witness a rebound. Now, investors also increased their buying pressure, especially buying from dips across the market spectrum. All share index advanced by 1.56% to close the day at 36,804 basis points. Market capitalization also gained by 1 trillion to close at 19 trillion naira. Market breadth also closed positive as 32 equities recorded gains against 8 losers. Now, equities from different sectors witnessed gains, but the top 4 gainers recorded a total of 15 naira as Dangote Cement and MTN gained 14 naira, while Adova and Guinness rounded off today's top gainers with 1 naira gain. Now, equities also from the services and financial services sector recorded the most losses as C&I Leasing PLC and United Capital PLC had a combined 53 kobo loss, while May and Baker and Lasaco Assurance PLC recorded 4 kobo and 2 kobo losses respectively. Now, today's trading saw a total of 426 million shares worth 4 billion naira exchange hands in 4,298 deals. Now, on the global scene, U.S. stocks fell today, along with UK and Asian stocks, as optimism faded on trading floors with doubts creeping in about a U.S. stimulus bill, which created fresh tensions as investors sought the safe haven assets. FTSE was down at 0.29%, Dow Jones was also down at 0.58%, and Nikkei was down at 0.16% decline. Now, that's all on stock market review. Over to you, Folashade, for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Mary Kano. But we certainly hope that both the Nigerian stock markets and the foreign scene gets a better play tomorrow. Let's move on now to the foreign scene, where the Ethiopian government has announced to pay a 10 million birr, that is $260,000 reward for information on the whereabouts of fugitive Tigray People's Liberation Front TPLF leaders. This was announced on state-run broadcaster EBC and later confirmed by the government's crisis task force on Twitter. TPLF officers have alleged been in hiding in mountains since Mekelle, the capital of the region, was captured by federal troops. Tensions in Ethiopia mounted long before a November offensive after the TPLF quit Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's governing coalition in 2019. This year, the local authorities refused to follow a federal order to postpone elections amid the coronavirus pandemic. The region held the vote, but the results were never recognized by Addis Ababa. Away from the foreign scene to the world of sports, Bayern Munich's Robert Lewandowski has won the best men's player at the Best FIFA Football Awards in Zurich, beating last year's winner Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to the top prize. The Poland striker scored 55 goals in just 47 games last season as he helped German giants Bayern to a treble. 32-year-old Lewandowski finished as the top scorer in the League Cup and Champions League. This is the first time Lewandowski has won the award, with Barcelona forward Messi and Juventus Ronaldo usually triumphing. This season, Lewandowski has picked up from where he left off with 16 goals, in 14 games for Bayern Munich. And that's it on our package. Thank you for watching. I am Folashade Ogurinde.